This is Stellar Blade on PS5 with the prioritized resolution setting on. So just a standard 30 frames a second with whatever the hell max resolution is capable of running. And mind you, this is off a monitor that's 2560 by 1440. So I'm leaving it at this point here. I'm not gonna do a whole lot of movement with the camera or any of that shit, so you can just see the environment and then see the textures on the walls, see the signs in the background and all that stuff, and then I'm gonna switch to the PC version in a sec. But I am going to do a quick roll around just so you can see other stuff, not just a one static image. You know, lighting and shadows and all that shit. Right, so that is the PS5 Pro with resolution priority, and this is PC. Alright, we've done our quick roll around there. Now, one thing I'm gonna just bring up real quick, not related to this necessarily, but related to performance complaints that I've seen on Steam forums and on Twitter and shit like that. If someone has a performance issue, like, it should go without saying in 2025, because this is like 20 plus years, this is how it always has been. If you have a problem with an application, a peripheral, a console, anything you have a problem with when it comes down to gaming or running an application, whatever the fuck, the way it should always go, and always has been in the past. But try to make a point, if you're going to complain about performance, that you always bring up what you're rocking, like what your system specs are and all that shit. Any odd things that you might be doing, like if you're using a mouse, or you have a mouse plugged in that has a high as hell polling rate, make sure you mention that. And the reason why I say that is because some games, or at least in some situations, a really high polling rate can actually peg the shit out of your processor. So I just bring that up. I'm not sure what people are rocking exactly, but they claim that there was some Unreal Engine 4 traversal stutters or some shit in this game, and I'm just like, okay. So I played the demo from the beginning to where I am right now, and I didn't encounter a single stutter, like at all. So I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if it's a system spec situation or something else going on, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, just keep that in mind. If you have a problem with a game or something like that, just make a point that whenever you're posting this shit online, that you make a habit of mentioning what your system specs are. Don't just complain about stuff, because the person who doesn't try to find their own solution also doesn't do any benefit to themselves or anyone else. If you have a problem that someone else is having and you detail your system specs and someone else's exact same setup somehow, not every single system is going to be the exact same unless you buy them cookie cutter style, but even then, there's differences in how things are produced and, you know, potential problems elsewhere, like thermals and shit like that, so keep that in mind. But yeah, just try to detail your shit. Anyway, that aside, there you go. The comparison's there, and my 2 cents on any other random bullshit that I thought of on the side. That's it. Later.